Previously on X-Men.
Here's Johnny.
What's up? What's up? What's up, everyone? Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing out there? Thank you so much for tuning in to another great, epic episode of Just My Opinion Reviews. We are live, baby. We are live. You see Lamont over there repping that Marvel gear. I love it. I love it. We got to have a live sometime, man, where we're, showing off all of our our Marvel Studios, like paraphernalia, t-shirts, hoodies, hats, action figures, collectibles, encyclopedias. I got a good 7 or 8 of them downstairs. I gotta show them off or whatever, because I'm really proud of my collection. But guys, we really do appreciate this, man. Y'all coming through. As you guys know, the entire Disney Plus series did debut last night. I think January the 9th. All 5 episodes, Lamont. All 5 episodes at once. They've never done that before, man. All of these, and also on Hulu too. And it's rated R or rated TVMA. And also, before we get started, man, let me know how I'm looking. Let me know how I'm sounding. Let us know if I am crisp. Let us know if I am clear. So if somebody can hear me well, please hit a 1 in the chat. 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 Lamont, man, this show right here has been speculated a lot before its release. A lot of people really didn't have high hopes in it, saying that it's gonna suck, it's gonna be weak. We heard so much behind the scenes as far as like, this is possibly gonna be the worst show ever. And but then we saw that trailer pop off, and we saw Kingpin in the alley beating the hell out of some hot dog vendor because he was making fun of Maya because she couldn't understand sign language. And everybody was like, oh, whoa, what's going on? This show may actually be good. You know what I'm saying? We won't have to wait week to week. And it's rated R. We got Kingpin, we got Daredevil. It's going down, and I think that changed the mindset of everybody and got them pretty excited. I know I did. And also going into this, man, my expectations were pretty low because I know nothing about Echo. Okay, I've never even heard of the character before until she was in the Hawkeye show. And so I don't know her powers, I don't know her abilities, I don't know her backstory, I don't know the lore or where she comes from and all that. So my expectations were non-existent. So I just wasn't expecting anything. And expectations can always tailor how your experience is. But before I ask you my first question, just shout out to everybody in the chat right now. We are live on my channel. We're live on Lamont's channel. So shout out to you, Rashawn DeGreer. How you doing? How you doing? We got Easy Kane in the building. Literally just finished the last episode. LOL, let's go. We got Cleve 17. What's up, fellas? How you doing? How you doing? Ronaldo, Jason, what's going on? Blessings to you. Thank you for letting us know the audio is good. We really, really do appreciate it. Chat with Lachey. Hey, how you doing? Shanny D in the building. No, ma'am, you are not late. You are right on time. I'm just impressed. I made a live. We are impressed too. Thank you, ma'am. Neville Lewis in the building. What's going on? What's going on? We also got Mr. Jason in the building, also Mama Avery. Hey, what's going on? Thank you all for being here. Also, Almighty Black Adam. Whether you guys are watching this via live or on the replay, appreciate it. Let us know what you think down in that comment section and that chat below. We also got the superstar over there, Miss Ed, with the lovely bonnet on. She trying to kick it with us too. So Lamont, man, like I said before, I was shouting everybody out, man. My expectations were low, and so I was really looking forward to this. How was you feeling going into it, man? And did it reach your expectations? Did it fall below? Are you somewhere in the middle? Let us know how you feeling, sir. Let us know.
I didn't have high expectations for the show in the first place, and so when I saw it, it exceeded my expectation level because I didn't give it a high expectation level. I enjoyed the way they introduced Maya, the character. I know a very faint amount about Echo, very faint. And this actress, I followed her in the past because she does such a good job in the deaf community, sign language, and still being able to portray these roles and use facial expression. So I was excited to see her in the Hawkeye series, and I'm just thrilled that this thing it went beyond my expectations for sure.
Yeah, man, I'm right there with you, bro. Now, I want to thank Disney Marvel. They did let me see the first 3 episodes a bit like a day before it came out. However, I was only able to watch the first episode. My schedule was just too stacked, and I was only able to see the first episode, and I liked it. So when I posted my reaction for the show, it was just for the first episode. However, I saw about 5 or 6 other people on YouTube give their 2 cents of the first 3 episodes. And they were disappointed with the first 3 episodes. They said to themselves, I liked the first one, but things fell apart for me in the second episode. But then in episode 3, it kind of picked back up. And then we got that cliffhanger at the end of episode 3 with Kingpin. Mind you, guys, we are talking full spoilers. Lamont, I honestly don't know what they were complaining about, but I pretty much enjoyed every episode. Now, I'm not saying that this is the best Marvel show ever. I'm not saying that this is top 10 MCU, but I was entertained, bro. Just to be able to watch this at home, on my TV, on my phone, on my computer, because I did watch the half of episode 4 and all of episode 5 while I was working a day job, like right here as well. And I was thoroughly entertained. I mean, this show is definitely better than Secret Invasion. Okay. It's not better than Loki season 2. I will say that, because that's fresh this year as well. I mean, I did enjoy this more than Thor: Love and Thunder, or Thor: Love. Yeah, was it Thor? Yeah, Thor 4. I enjoyed it more than that, even though that's a movie. I enjoyed it more than Ant-Man 3. I didn't enjoy it as Guardians 3, but I mean, that's a completely different tone and stuff like that. But I had fun with this, man. I want to see more of Echo in the rest of the MCU. Now, I do have my complaints about this show. I do have some nitpicks here and there and some things that I felt that could have been much better. But what I want to ask you, when I did my reaction, I talked about how they really did shove it in our face and down our throat of how they tried to get you hooked on the show, because it was basically a recap of the first episode 1 of what happened in Hawkeye. I said, hey, if you have not seen the Hawkeye series, you possibly will be lost. And so we did kind of get a recap of that, of Hawkeye going around and killing her father. We also got some Daredevil in this too, and a bunch, recap of her shooting Kingpin in the face. And so I want to ask you, I want to start here, man. One of the reasons why, if anybody was interested in the show, it was going to be for Daredevil. We only saw him in the first episode. He made his debut in the She-Hulk Disney Plus show, which was last year, the year before that. How did you feel about Daredevil involvement in the show? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Where you at as far as Daredevil is concerned?
I was fine with it. The only thing that I would complain about, that I don't know if they did or not, if they overused Daredevil in the marketing for this show, I would be a little upset, because it would have made me feel as though he was going to have a prominent role in the show. But the manner in which they used him, and I think he popped up, he was in the very first episode where it was staged by Kingpin as a test for Maya, because none of his men could put a glove on Daredevil. And here you have Maya, who has special needs and is able to go toe-to-toe with the Daredevil. That was a test, and she passed the test. And so I was completely fine with that behavior, because the rest of the story was good enough to keep my attention, minus Daredevil. I was fine with the way they went with the story. I didn't need Daredevil anymore. And I think that people complain because the episodes they didn't get Fisk was the episodes that, people was complaining about 2 and 3-ish until the end. But for me, I'm like you, B. Avery. I was fine. Artwork is subjective, and sometimes what gets your rocks off might not get the next person's rocks off. But I pretty much had a feeling me and B. Avery would like this show, because me and him tend to like similar comic things the way that they put them together. So I liked it.
Yeah, same here, man. To be honest with you, I don't even think Daredevil was necessary. Of course, it did seem like a desperate move for them. Like, okay, nobody's really checking for this show. Let's put them in the trailer. Let's put them in the marketing to get people to tune in. And I'm not mad at them for that. But for me personally, Daredevil was not necessary, to be put in the show. I'm glad he's in it, and I liked him. I liked the costume. My thing is, while I did like, I mean, every movie, every TV show, when there's fighting, it is choreographed. They're not out there just freestyling. 98, 99% of the time, it is choreographed. The choreography could have been a bit cleaner in the Daredevil fight, and then that whole not just him when he popped in, because he popped in in the middle of the fight in the first episode. But even when Maya was and the other guys that she was with Kingpin, because they was trying to overtake the Kingpin's territory in Oklahoma and or Alabama, because they was in both locations. It could have been a bit cleaner. It did kind of seem like a dance. The standard for me as far as choreography is Captain America 2, Captain America the Winter Soldier, when Steve Rogers, Captain America, was fighting Bucky the Winter Soldier. That is some of the best hand-to-hand choreography in the entire MCU for me. So that's the standard. Did it meet that level? No. But was it still entertaining? Yes. I think I still like the fight between Hawkeye and Maya and the Hawkeye show. That I did like that. I know a lot of people didn't like the show. I know it's Elliot with Movie Fight. I know that's his favorite Disney Plus show, and I'm teasing. Shout out to him. But I did like that fight. That was a bit cleaner, but still for me, this was entertaining. I was kind of like, okay, get it. So I had fun. I had fun with that fight right there. However, I think it was in episode 3 when Maya was fighting the henchmen at the roller rink, when she linked back up with her friend, and they had Henry, and I like Henry's character, and her name not Bambi. It started with a B. Bonnie, yes. Yeah. When they was there, I did like that fight there. She beat the guy into the wall and flew on the ground, and she did the spinning back heel kick, and part of her prosthetic leg cut the guy in the neck or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I like that. And what I liked about it is, she's not invincible. She's not, Iron Man. She still kind of got tossed around a little bit and hemmed up. Some of the henchmen were kind of throwing her on the not the ping pong table, but the pinball machine, if that's what it's called. So I like that. That was actually my favorite fight out of the whole series. What say you, sir? What say you?
I like the Daredevil fight. That was pretty good for me. I like the fight in the roller rink too. I would have liked for Black Crow to have gotten a little bit more involved. I would have liked for Bonnie to have gotten a little bit more involved in that fight, because they did involve Bonnie and Chola.
Yeah, okay. Wait. Yeah, we're gonna say that for the end.
Okay. But in that fight, I would have liked for them to get a little bit more involved. Now, when Scully gave her that like metal piece to go on her leg, I was thinking, this some damn vibranium. He done gave Maya some vibranium to go with these special native powers, these echo powers that they gave her that, ladies and gentlemen, was never in the comics. This was never in. This is something Marvel has added to her lure. Whatever this echo power is. But I was like, B. Avery, Scully done hooked her up. He done had some vibranium that somebody done traded in this pawn shop, and she gonna be using this, but it didn't come out like that.
Yeah, I got you. And guys, we are going to I'm gonna address all the super chats towards the end of our recap. We're not going to be here that long, so just I don't want anyone to think that we're ignoring you or we missed it or anything like that. So I at the very beginning, episode 1, we also got the recap of well, not the recap per se, but the backstory of Maya as a child. She was at the karate studio with her father, and I like how Kingpin was introduced there. I know him from New York City or New Jersey or that territory, the Northeast. So I like that he is such a boss that he has territories apparently all over the country, all over the South. You know what I'm saying? Right up there on the Panhandle. I like that. So I like that Kingpin was able to come down, and I like that he was introduced to Maya at a very, very young age. Also, we got to see that Maya, how she lost her leg. Some of Kingpin's henchmen got into it with another group, and they cut the brakes. That's how the mom died. That's how she lost her leg. And I was really sad in the hospital when it was like, how are we going to break the news to her that her family is dead, that they're no longer around? that was really upsetting to me. And Chula, played by Tantu Cardinal, she was Maya's grandmother. I really did like her as well. She did not want to have anything to do with the father of Maya at the hospital. Like, see what you have brought upon our family. My daughter is dead. My granddaughter has lost her leg. Get out of here. I really did like her. Are you cool with that backstory? Did it work for you, or did you want more? Did you want less? How did you feel about it?
Um, I was I was fine with that backstory. Perfectly fine with it. Um, I felt like a grandmother would want to try to love the child born from her child. I think if anything, I wanted to get more insight into the native power, that heritage. What was the power? They wasn't really clear in that part. So I guess in the world of the living, I was fine with it, with the backstory. But I wanted more verbal insight into what was going on with the special power, the lineage that is in her blood.
Yeah. And we got to, I agree with you 100%. That is how episode 1 started off. They was in the
Right.
cave and they was
Mhm.
drinking from Lake Minnetonka with all the spiral hieroglyphs and stuff. It was on the walls, it was on the ceiling, it was on their hands. They had the paint on. I didn't know what was happening. I'm like, is this Guardians of the Galaxy Part 5? You know what I'm saying? I
Is
didn't
this the
know.
Lazarus Pit from
Yeah,
DC? What?
yeah. They could have expanded on that a bit more.
Yeah.
But the way that the show wrapped up, I'm still not mad at it. But the cave started to crumble, it started to cave in, and they went outside, and all of their, I don't know what it was, mud or extra layer of skin, just started peeling off. Um, and then at the beginning of episode 2, it goes to the year 1200 AD after death. And it really
Yeah.
did look like their version of lacrosse. It was cool. It was shot very nice. I liked the cinematography and all that. I don't know how necessary it was, but it did kind
Yeah.
of still come full circle around at the very end, where Maya was found out how connected she was to all of her ancestors. How did you feel about that scene? You kind of turned up your face there like you agree with me, but I could be wrong. I don't want to assume. But they started to get into those powers, and we still don't know exactly what they are. But I mean, yeah, how did that 1200 AD scene work out for you, if it did at all or not? Let me know.
I understand what the writers was trying to do with it, but it really didn't hit home with me. It didn't hit home with me about what they was trying to portray. At the end of the story, she rattled off all these adjectives: strength, courage, and I'm paraphrasing here. She
Yeah,
said a bunch of stuff, and
right,
so
right.
that particular scene was supposed to illustrate one of those characteristics that is in their lineage. Um, and you had the red team versus the blue team, and red was kicking ass, taking names, and then they had some ultimate warrior in the blue that they had to go down there and get. And B, when they got him, boy, I thought he was about to come up there and wear somebody out. Do you hear me?
Yeah, yeah,
I felt like we could have done without that. Like, I would have been perfectly fine if they would have used that time to explain or go deeper into what was drinking out of Lake Minnetonka. What was that going to do? How
right.
did that give that girl the power to literally do what the Hulk did? That girl drank that water, her body start glowing, the trees start glowing, and she was able to hold the oppressive weight of a mountain up so that her people could get out of there like the Hulk did in the comics. That's what I wish they would have done with that space.
Not mad at that. Not mad at that at all. Again, y'all let us know what you think. I mean, it wasn't horrible.
No,
Again,
it wasn't horrible.
they could have just drawn it out a bit more, because if they never expand on this again in the rest of the MCU, then that would be horrible. But this was the perfect opportunity for them to do it. I mean, you only had 5 episodes. You know what I'm saying? So that was a missed opportunity right there. But we also saw how that came into play during episode 2, when Maya was with one of the supporting characters by the name of Biscuit. whose real name is Cody Lightning. Now, I liked him. In the show. He's always screaming at Maya, doing the sign language and, helping her out. He was the guy in the chair. And during episode 2, when she gave him the device, like, hey, just track me while I jump on this train right here and do my little acrobatics. He has his little jokes. One thing I do like about him is he was the silly, goofy comic relief in the show, in the series, but it wasn't too much. It wasn't over the top, because I can be very critical sometimes about Marvel's comedy. Not that I don't mind the comedy, I just kind of feel like they put it in the wrong places sometimes. It worked in Guardians for me, but I don't like it when it's a serious moment and they're being goofy and stuff. You know what I'm saying? He was being himself when he was trying to help her on the mission, doing the train sequence, but I liked him. And I liked the train sequence too. It wasn't perfect. The CGI wasn't done at its best ability. It didn't reach its full potential. But as far as at the time, Maya thought that she had, executed Kingpin. Like, hey, Henry, for one, he don't want me to bring any heat down to his town and hurt his people. He doesn't want a war. So he's walking on eggshells. But Maya has a mindset, I done shot the boss in the face. He's dead. Okay, I still want to go after them. So I'm gonna hop on this train, plant this bomb, and blow it the F up. Nice plan. And when we was talking about the powers, we saw that was the first time that she used them. When or at least they showed us on screen where her prosthetic leg got caught in between the trains, the boxes or whatever it's called, and she had to power up or whatever and disengage or whatever. But how did you feel about that scene and her using the powers for the first time? And did it work for you, Biscuit, and all that good stuff?
I'm laughing at a grown ass man named Biscuit.
Yeah.
I guess I can't be too mad. We in the black community, we name our guys Peaches and stuff like that. So I mean, hey, put them on a Biscuit, stop them up. I like Biscuit. I like the dog. I like the truck. All these shows give their heroes or their anti-heroes some flunky that helps them out. Like you said, some comic relief. And he was a decent comic relief. I didn't mind the train scene. I just kind of, I'm with you. Some of the darker parts of the CGI I didn't care for. Her getting underneath the train and all that. Hey, in the comics, her real power is she has the photogenic ability to mimic anything. So we know, to mimic reflexes. And so we know that she's not falling off a train. We know she's not going to die. The thing that perplexes me was I'm still wondering about that power. And to this point, like you said, BA, we've only seen that power manifest in showing her a vision, circles on her hands, and now that she needs to free her leg, the power just pop up, orange circles on her hand like she's fighting the people in Iron Man Part 3, and she's able to move the train. Like, really? Really? Them powers can do that?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm more intrigued about the power than it was her completing her mission on the train. Is what I was going through, trying to figure out what was going to happen.
I got you. I did like her blowing up the joint at the end of episode 2, though. That was pretty dope to me. I did like
I like that too.
Yeah,
I did. Now, did you catch the Easter egg in episode 2? Like they threw a little X-Men Easter egg in there.
No, I missed that part. What happened there?
Do you remember when Biscuit went to Scully's pawn shop and there was an Anglo-Saxon white American couple in there trying to buy trinkets and Native American gifts and stuff like that? And he referenced a place called Madripoor.
Oh, really? No, I didn't catch that.
Yeah. Madripoor is like this island, South Asia, that was introduced in the X-Men back in the day, where it's like a lawless island. There's a lot of wealthy people there, and all the people that live down on the bottom of the island are lawless. And a lot of the X-Men go there and have things. They actually mentioned this in Falcon Winter Soldier 2. So I think that was like an Easter egg where they're trying to secretly go ahead and weave in the X-Men into the thing.
I do remember them. Mentioning that in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So good call out right there. How do you feel about Henry? He's played by this guy right here named Chosuke Spencer. I don't think I've ever seen him before, but I liked him too, man. He was just trying to keep Maya in check. Like, listen, man, I'm peaceful. I'm 45. I'm single. I'm not trying to die. Kingpin has already killed my people. I don't want nobody else to die. I liked him though. How did you feel about him?
Well, first of all, dude, you better get to know your people at your own skating ring. Damn, you didn't know dude was a crook, or dude would turn on you so quickly. The guy that you got supposed to be fixing the rollers on your skates turned on you. I like Black Crow being someone that could try to check Maya. I enjoyed him for that. At first, I was a little wondering about him, man, because I'm like, dude, is you really working for Fisk? Are you tied up with Fisk? Are you tied up with the people that Fisk used to do business with? I had questions about him, and he allayed those questions and proved to be a legit dude. I wouldn't mind seeing more of him now that he understands what Maya is working with. But I was cool with Black Crow.
Yeah. He was pretty dope, man. He was pretty dope. To me, there was not any characters that I didn't like. There wasn't anybody that got on my nerve.
There was one that got on my nerve.
Who was that? Who was that?
And I think it was episode 3 when they captured Maya and she was supposed to be being held as a prisoner. You remember that?
Yeah. Right before the fight at the skating ring. Yeah.
Yeah. Why would you leave big girl Becky to be the one guarding the door with Maya?
Oh, yeah. One of the henchmen. Yeah. She was annoying. Yeah, she was definitely annoying.
That character she got on my nerves. For real.
I give you that. But we got to talk about this man right here that everybody wanted to see. It's your boy Vincent D'Onofrio, aka Kingpin, with the bloody suit on. He was coming with the all white. He was coming with the all black suit. He was shot in the eye, had the patch. One thing I will say, man, is I like the technology that they use in this series. That he gave Maya the contact that can read and depict sign language. I thought that was pretty dope. But man, Kingpin is an evil mother effer, man. The way that when he linked back up with Echo, with Maya, and was eating at the table, and had that lady over there interpreting sign language, just an innocent lady maybe, and then had her walk around the corner and already had the plastic wrap there and executed her just so she won't spill the beans. Like, bruh, that is evil as hell, But last time,
and that wasn't a one-time thing either. Yeah, like he already, that's probably where he takes anyone that he needs to shut up and just has it right around the corner from the dinner table.
Yeah, that's insane. I was like, damn. That's what I said. I was like, damn. What did you think about that, man? And what did you think about Kingpin overall and his involvement? Did it work for you, and also, is this the same? I don't want Daredevil, the Netflix series, to be canon to the MCU, and I know that the jury's still out on that. But I'm pretty sure you enjoyed Kingpin in that Netflix series. How'd you feel about him in this series?
I'll try to answer these as best as possible. I think it is going to be canon based on the post-credit, how the post-credit from this show. I think he will be canon to the Daredevil series, and we're going to get this same exact Kingpin. I thought I was intrigued by it, B. Avery, but it kind of reminded me of Thanos. You adopted a kid that really wasn't yours. You're her uncle. Thanos adopted a child that really wasn't his. It was a female. Y'all both turned these females into killing machines. Y'all both had these females basically kill people that they care about. And in his situation, the pain that he inflicted upon the daughter, or in some people's eyes could be called strength, is the same thing that Thanos was inflicting upon his daughter. It's just that in Fisk's case, he was harmed by his daddy because the daddy was beating the mom. So he decided to inflict pain on the daddy and held on to the object that anchored him to that pain.
Right. I was just about to pick it up because that's exactly what happened in the Netflix thing. Didn't he beat his daddy with a hammer in the Netflix series?
Yeah. Beat him. I mean, beat that dude like he was hammering the foundation of a house. Beat him down. And in this scenario, that pain he was trying to channel in Maya because she had pain. But the problem was you inflicted the pain, dude. You killed her daddy. And
Yeah.
you can't try to turn it as if it was some random incident the way it happened to you. And you can't let that incident that happened to you lead you to doing dastardly things to other people, which is the road this has gone down.
Well said, man. Well said. Well said. I just a little nitpick right here. I like the fact that we got, I like his suits. I like his swag. I like his
Oh yeah,
drip.
yeah,
It was something
yeah.
different than the purple. Than the white and black that we normally get. But what I do like about this, man, we saw this was the first trailer we saw right here, and he tried to call his man and was like, "Hey, I need another jacket. I do not want Maya to see me like this." And then that's him right there, like, "Oh crap, Maya, you saw me." The fact that she went over there and kicked the man while he was down too was very interesting, man. That was the beginning of her arc. That was her origin story right there. And that was possibly like where he was like, okay, I can really put her under my wing and mold her into the killing machine that I want her to be. And so because he did call her out towards the end, like, you knew what you was doing up under me. Don't try to play dumb now. Okay, you killed a lot of people, but you wanted to do that. I didn't really just twist your arm, per se. So I like Kingpin in this. We both did. You guys let us know what you think down below in that comment section. Now, we talked about her mom was named Taola, but the grandmother, Tantu, real name Chula. What I do like is the dialogue, the conversation, the confrontation of Maya finally seeing the visions and getting linked to her ancestors. I like the conversation towards the end where I guess that she got her name, like, you're a link to your ancestors. Well, she was talking to her mom now before she put on her suit, saying that we're echoing through you. I was like, oh, okay. I like that. That's clever. I like that. I see what you're doing. But even before that, where Henry took Maya to her grandmother's house and they was having a talk at the table, she was like, let's cut the crap. Let's stop pretending that everything is normal between us. I do like that she got some type of closure right there from her grandmother. Like, man, my daddy was telling me all of my life, that you're the one that ripped up apart our family. You disowned me. And she was like, no, I didn't want to be a part of your dad. But since your dad's life, because I thought he was a monster, he's the one that got your mama killed. And because you were so like him, I couldn't stand to be around you. That sucked as far as Maya's perspective. But at the same time, I'm really glad that she got some closure right there. It really did develop both characters to me. How did you feel about it? Do you have any additional commentary as far as that's concerned? Or do you disagree with me? How you feeling?
100% agree. I still think that as the adult in the room, she should have been able to look beyond that because it is a child. But that's just a small nitpick. I think that for what it did for each character, they needed it.
Yeah, I got you. Now, before we wrap it up, man, and head out of here, because I know how I'm gonna close things out. What is there anything else that I haven't brought up yet besides the ending that you want to get off your chest that I haven't went over yet?
Nah, we just need to figure out what exactly does her powers do. That's it. Like, we just need to figure that out.
Gotcha. We got a celebrity in the building with Elliot with Movie Files. What's going on, bro? MCU Kingpin keeps collecting L's like Thanos collecting Infinity Stones. He's less my guy. Is 0 and 3 in all appearances. It is making him look like a joke. I can't necessarily disagree with him there. Because we're gonna get to it. So let's go ahead and wrap this thing up, man. Because we said we was only gonna be here for 30 minutes. But I love the setup of the final episode. Because at one point in the middle of the series, I think it was, because Kingpin popped up in present day at the end of episode 3. So Maya and Kingpin had this conversation at the table, this one right here in episode 4. I think he was saying, hey, if you want an empire, I got you. just come back to New York for me, and we can hold it down, we can work together, reign supreme, all of that stuff. She didn't show up on the plane. He got pissed off at the end of episode 4. Had his little temper tantrum. So he went in episode 5, he went back to town, kidnapped Chula and Bonnie. And of course, she's gonna get the call from Biscuit and be like, hey, I haven't seen Bonnie, I haven't seen Chula. Where they at? So he knew he was fishing for her to come and take them away. I like the fact that, and I lost my train of thought. I like the fact that I like the setup and her pulling up to the crib and then seeing her mom there and getting the suit and all that. However, the timing is a bit off, like you're trying to save the day. And okay, let me get my thoughts together. But 5 minutes ago, I told you I like the closure between Maya and her grandmother. I thought that was dope as hell. Great character development. I also love the closure right here between her and her mom. It really didn't make sense that she was just able to see her mom right there and get all this information. But I still think it was necessary for her character growth and character development and how she got the name of Echo and saying, hey, all of our ancestors work through you, we're echoing through you and all of that. So that was cool. So I like the setup. And, the henchman came in with not the SUV, but with the big trucks. And the guy had the RV, he had the rocket in the cooler. Maya showing up, in her new uniform with all of her people from her culture. That was all cool. I was saying to myself, man, she is such at a disadvantage because she can't hear anything, but I guess that's why they gave her the little circle powers or whatever. But when she showed up and Kingpin and all those henchmen came out there, when she powered up, bro, and did the little thing like this and all of her ancestors popped up in front of her, I was like, man, that is badass. That is clean as hell. I loved it. And the way that she passed on the powers to Bonnie and to Chula, I loved that. Now, the choreography wasn't the best because they kept editing it from going from this shot to this shot, from the past and showing the ancestors, and then to the Choctaw festival or whatever. So you really couldn't see any punches and throws, punches and blows and all that. But it was still a dope ass scene up until that point. Don't talk past that. But up until that point, how did you feel about it?
I'm with you. I enjoyed that introduction. I felt like we needed to get the conversation with the mama. The mama was really the conjuring source to get Maya to understand what power she has inside of her and to get Maya prepared for what she needed to do. And I enjoyed the way they portrayed the power. Like you said, all the ancestors popped up. Kingpin looked scared as hell. And folks, I'm going to say this from what Elliot said. Kingpin is a very powerful character. Like, he's super strong. Mm-hmm. He has all the same exact resources that Tony Stark has and access to those resources. And I felt like in this series, he's been a little watered down, but I'll save that for when we get past this point. But to this point, Avery, I was fine with all of it. I didn't even mind the choreograph either, just because I was so enamored with what they was doing with her power.
Gotcha. Okay. So that was a highlight for me. But now, like I said, I got to agree with Elliot right here. This shit was stupid as hell, bro. Like, she gonna, like, I mean, what does she do? Heal his mind? We don't even know what she did. She came up, hit him in the chest, hit him in the head. And what did you do? Well, I'm like, what did she do? She just made him have a bad memory? And my goodness gracious, bro, the daddy was beating the hell out the mama, beating her. The wall was cracking. Like, Jesus Christ. What is going on? But, bro, that was so anticlimactic. I mean, it would have made logical sense for her just to kill him. But you can't kill Kingpin because it's Kingpin. So he got to show up in Daredevil. So the scenes cuts away. He gets into the car and drives off. I'm like, this is dumb. Like, come on, man. Like, what are y'all doing? Like, that was kind of weak, man. I was a bit disappointed with that right there, Lamont. The way her hitting him with the power of love. I didn't really care for that right there. I don't know. It just didn't make sense. Okay, you don't want to knock him out. And I mean, like, mind you, I did like what Biscuit did. He pulled up in this little 4-wheeler and drove up on top of it. I was like, okay, that's kind of smart. And Henry shot the dude, and he shot the bazooka, the rocket in the sky, and it's fireworks. Okay, that's cool. But the whole, like I said, the whole power of love thing to I'm finna say Thanos to Kingpin, that was weak. That was anticlimactic. And not only did you not kill him, you didn't even knock him out for the laws to come and take him away. Like, look what he was doing here. All of his people, they got guns and rifles and all this, and lock him up. You're gonna let him leave and drive away? Am I tripping? Or am I
B. Avery. When he got his big ass in that SUV, he was looking so damn goofy driving. I was like, what the hell just happened? Like, what, like that like seeing him ride away in the SUV looking goofy bothered me. Like, you just went and displayed some kind of greatness with your powers, and then you went and do a damn Jedi mind meld on him, like you Professor X or something. Like, what do your powers really do? Are you Wanda #2? Them powers do a lot. You went in his brain, made him see what was happening, and then you forced him to free your mind, and the rest was like, no, dude, you gotta let this dude get arrested, or you gotta beat him to death, throw him on an airplane, and tell him he must cease and desist. That would have been a much better ending. You know, beat his ass to a pulp, throw him on a jet, and say, you must cease and desist, or you will see me again. And I will use the full weight of my power, whatever those powers are. The dude just got in the backseat of his SUV and was just looking kind of goofy. I was bothered by that, for real. And I'm glad you said, because I was like, really? This is it?
It was. I was like, because when she passed off the powers and the answer spot, I was like, all right, you know, this may end on a high note. You know what I'm saying? But that took me out, man. Movie Files, Elliot says, absolutely ridiculous. Took 3 seasons for Daredevil to beat him, but Kate bested him, and Maya had beat him twice already. People excited for him to go against Spider-Man. I can't disagree with Elliot there, man. He's right. He's right. Because I was trying to, I was rooting for Kingpin against Kate and Hawkeye, because I was like, well, she only beat him because it was a very enclosed area, and he had explosions, and or she had explosions, and he was hit by a car. So, you know, she just got the luck of the draw. But, you know, when you do these things back to back, crying in the car like old boy from Friday, man.
And Kingpin is a tough character. Like, they're not doing him no justice on this series, because Kingpin is a tough character.
Yeah, they dropped the ball with him. Post-credit scene. I guess he's gonna run for office. He's gonna run for mayor or some office seat. That's cool. You know, but yeah, man, they dropped the ball with him, you know, to be honest with you. So I mean, overall, I still enjoyed the show. You know,
I did too.
It's better than Secret Invasion, because that was just some bull crap. Definitely wasn't better than Loki season 2, but I had fun with it overall. But that ending, man, was weak. They
didn't stick the landing.
They didn't. It wasn't as bad as Secret Invasion. It could have been much better. But overall, I liked it, man. What are your final thoughts?
I liked it. They didn't stick the landing this time either. It's definitely not bad. Like, for people that's running out here saying that it's horrible artwork, they're not being completely honest. So y'all don't listen to them. This thing is very watchable. I will say this is a top 5 Marvel TV series. It's in my top 5. I can't speak for y'all, but it's in my top 5. And the only thing I felt like,
go ahead,
you got Falcon Winter. Okay, only thing Marvel didn't do with this one was stick the landing, and maybe they didn't want to be creative and sticking the landing with Fisk, because he's going to be the mayor of New York when the Daredevil series come out. And maybe he's going to be a different type of mayor. I don't know. But this is a character we need to see get ferocious quick.
Yeah, that is very, very true. Let me grab this super chat real quick from Shani D. It's $4.99. Thank you so much. Just wanted to show some love, B. Since I moved a few time zones over, it's been rough to catch it live. Much love, bro. Shanny D, thank you so much for the $4.99 super chat. We really do appreciate it. And we are glad that you was able to join us for a live today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We cannot wait to see you the next time. All right. So I did like this better than She-Hulk.
Me too.
I did like this better than Secret Invasion.
Me too.
Let's see here. WandaVision, it does not beat WandaVision.
No.
I like the Falcon and the Winter Soldier more.
Me too.
What if season 1 was better than this? But here's a couple of mine. Which one you like more, Hawkeye or Echo? Echo or Hawkeye? I know my answer. I'm gonna ask you first though.
Shout out to One Take, because I know you love the Tracksuit Mafia, and Maya's no longer associated with Tracksuit Mafia. But unfortunately, I'm gonna have to go with Echo higher than Hawkeye.
Okay, I like Hawkeye more. I really,
really?
Hawkeye wasn't a bad show to me. It really
no, it wasn't. It wasn't.
I like Miss. This is not better than Miss Marvel. It's not better than Miss Marvel to me. I did like Miss Marvel more.
The movie?
No, the show. The show.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think the only ones we got left is Moon Knight. Moon Knight was good. It just didn't stick to landing. Yeah,
I didn't like Moon Knight.
You didn't? Okay.
Nope.
Okay. 1D Forever says Echo is much better than Hawkeye to me. Right on. It's all subjective, man. It's all subjective. But guys, that is going to wrap it up for our recap for the Echo series. Of course, it is the whole series is you can watch it right now on Disney Plus or on Hulu. Right. Hopefully they can dropping them all at once again, man. I think this is a good idea because people would have possibly clocked out if they had to do a week-to-week thing. I don't know, but we appreciate y'all joining us. Lamont, before we head out of here, man, any announcements you want to make on your channel, sir?
If this is your first time finding me, please come subscribe. I put out a lot of content about the Black community and when it comes to movies and TV shows in the entertainment industry. And I will be going to review Book of Clarence this Friday. And I do have a live show where I do Black entertainment news and more on Tuesdays and Thursdays at noon. The more part usually is talking about Marvel or other things in the lure of TV and movies. Come check your boy out. Be a part of my crew, as I am real close to 200,000 subscribers. Would love to have you on the team.
Yes, he found the secret sauce. That guy is wrong button. 182. Where's it at? Where your number at? I can't even. Where's it at? There you go. Yeah, 186,000. As far as I'm concerned, guys, I was gonna say by the time you see this, but this is live. I will have the Book of Clarence review ready for you guys tomorrow. I've shot it already. I'm in the middle of editing it. And also, hopefully by Friday morning, I'll have my review for Lift Up as well, the new Kevin Hart movie on Netflix coming out. I got to finish watching that. And I missed my Mean Girls screening and my Beekeeper, but I think I may go see those like Thursday or Friday night back to back and try to get y'all guys a review for this weekend. I still got to give my review, my American Fiction and Iron Claw. I still got to get those up. But also real quick, What If is on my channel as well. So if you guys want to check that out, I got my season 2 recap for that. So we're talking comic book stuff, and I will be going live this Saturday for episode 33 of Super Duper. And I think episode 114 for the Movie News Roundup. And I'm still got some things cooking in the kitchen. It's just taking a long time to cook. But guys, again, we all want to thank you so much for tuning in. And before you go, don't forget that I'm B. Avery. That's Lamont. And that's just our opinion. Peace out. And we'll see you next time.